You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Beyond the Gates fans, I've got your prediction edition. We're going to talk about Nicole targeting Dani and Doug having a death wish. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got predictions for Eva, Ted, and Nicole, for Doug and Joey, for Nicole and Dani, for Nicole, Andre, and Ashley, and also for Leslie. And hey, if you're not following, reach down, click that subscribe button. As always, our predictions are based on official spoilers, and we're just discussing where these exciting storylines may go. So our very first prediction is that it's going to be Eva who plays matchmaker and reunites Ted and Nicole. So on Monday, we have a spoiler of Eva getting strength and support from someone unlikely. And I just wonder if it could possibly be Nicole. On Thursday, Eva has her first day working for her daddy, Ted, running his office up at the hospital. So we all know Eva feels really guilty about wrecking Ted and Nicole's marriage. Her psycho mom, Leslie, has been, gaslighting her pretty much since Eva was born about her dad, Ted, not wanting her and Nicole being the reason why he wasn't in her life. And of course, it was just all insane Leslie fiction. So now Eva is trying to be accountable for her mistakes. Ted has embraced her since he feels bad for missing out on Eva's entire life. And she's also been trying to make amends by helping out Laura, who's back to work at Nicole's home office. And Eva has been dropping by to show her things whenever Laura gets stuck. However, Nicole was very clear to Eva that she'd better not be thinking that helping out Laura means she can just drop by the house. Eva accepted all the anger. She owns that she deserves it. But we also know from Nicole's conversations with other people that it's Leslie she mostly blames, not her daughter. So with Eva working for Ted at the hospital, Nicole is going to be seeing her stepdaughter a lot. And the main issue that Nicole has with Eva is that Leslie is an ongoing part in her life who is a monster. So if Eva's terrible mom leaves town or Eva cuts her out of her life, that may soften up Nicole. And even if she never accepts Eva, I do think Ted's daughter is going to try to help him win back Nicole because Eva feels to blame for wrecking his life and their marriage. Second prediction, Nicole's upset at Dani's miscarriage fake accusation. So on Monday, Bill and Vernon are facing off. This is likely about the Martin mess. Bill cannot handle the stress right now after this stroke, and him getting back involved in this mess may really worry Hayley. And on Tuesday, Dani has a heart-to-heart with Bill, and she's been very involved since his stroke. And then also next week in the promo, Dani is with Ashley. So next week, we've got pregnant Hayley having severe abdominal pains. That is confirmed. And it could be, standard pregnancy, just aches and pains, even sharp shooting pains. It could be pregnancy complications. It could be a real high risk situation because the stress of Bill's stroke or just worrying about him is too much for Hayley. I will say if she's running a long con on Bill, she's very convincing. I just don't think she is. And so in the promo, we've got Dani up at the hospital dishing with Nurse Ashley. Dani saying Hayley faked the pregnancy, is faking a miscarriage, and wants to blame it on Dani for losing her fake baby. And that conversation's happening up at the hospital, so I wonder if Nicole overhears it. And remember, Dani is on Nicole's poop list already for sleeping with Andre, and Nicole is probably very sensitive on the subject of miscarriages, because if you remember, Ted was cheating with Leslie Dana when Nicole kept going through miscarriages, trying to get pregnant with Kat. So I just don't think Nicole is going to respond well if she hears Dani dismissing another woman's possible miscarriage as a scheme, especially not if Nicole peeks at Hayley's records and sees that this is the real deal. This could actually drive the sisters further apart, and it ties into my next prediction. So third prediction, Nicole pushes Andre at Ashley. On Wednesday, Nicole lays into Andre, according to official spoilers, and Thursday's spoilers say Ashley and Andre discuss options. So last week, Dani faced some blistering anger from Nicole when she found out her sister was sleeping with her, non-blood related nephew. But Dani insisting that she and Andre didn't have a blood tie really didn't help the case much because she, has known him since he was a baby. So you may remember Nicole also knows about Andre's crush on Ashley. Now, Nicole had previously advised Andre not to go chasing her because Ashley was happily dating Derek. But now Nicole is icked out by Andre hooking up with her sister. That's why she chews him out this week. And Nicole may notice Andre and Ashley's heads together at the hospital this week. Plus, everybody at the hospital knows each other's business, which means Nicole knows that Ashley got dumped by Derek. So I'm just wondering if Nicole will sabotage Dani's romance with Andre by pointing him at Ashley, the woman he has wanted for so long. Nicole may think Dani will get over it and that it's a less ick option for the Dupree family than Andre boinking his sort of surrogate aunt. The Duprees do not need any more bad press, and Dani and Andre going fully public would be very sketchy press. Our fourth prediction, Leslie offers to leave town to avoid arrest. So Monday spoilers have Leslie approaching Jacob and Kat with this idea she's got. She's desperate to stay out of prison, obviously. On Friday, Leslie is trying to set things right with Eva, and those are both confirmed spoilers. So we know Kat got Leslie's DNA off a napkin with some help from Mona, and now Kat and Jacob are just waiting to get the test results back to prove that Leslie's DNA is inside the helmet. That was seen on the video on the motorcycle rider at Laura's not-so-accident scene. As crazy as Leslie is, she's no fool. She knows the walls are closing in on her. That's why I suspect she goes to Kat and Jacob. Maybe Leslie is going to try to bargain with them to avoid arrest for running Laura off the road. Leslie may offer to leave town quietly, never bother Ted and Nicole again if they drop the investigation. I mean, honestly, I don't trust Leslie, but at the same time, I would hate to see her go because she is an insanely fun villain to watch. We'll see, though, because it looks like Jacob and Kat have Leslie on the ropes, and she could be arrested soon. However, Nicole really thinks that Ted's other woman is going to slither her way out of facing criminal charges for almost killing Laura. Our fifth and final prediction, Doug is in danger and jealousy may override his sanity. So when it comes to this situation with his gambling debt to Joey, right now we're seeing Doug insanely jealous that Joey is doing the deed with Vanessa. Not just real estate deeds. Joey and Vanessa are using to launder money, but they are banging all over that casino. Joey is banging Doug's wife every chance he gets. He isn't even trying to hide it. He's basically rubbing it in his face. And let's be real, you know, Vanessa and Doug's marriage was pretty bizarre before Leather Jacket Joey slimed his way into their setup. Doug was a gambling addict. Vanessa, I feel like, is a sex addict who's so thirsty for constant attention that she's not getting from Doug. And Vanessa was just too busy getting freaky with randos to notice that her husband, Dougie, was on a serious spiral into gambling and debt. And the thing is, though, I don't think Vanessa and Doug can fix their marriage because now Joey is part of it after entrapping Doug into a huge pile of debt. And let's be real, Vanessa likes the danger from creepy Joey, but Doug is getting saltier by the day. He was basically slut-shaming his wife last week, and Vanessa clapped back that he's the one that got him into this mess with Joey. But I still don't think Doug's going to take this lying down, even though Vanessa is more than willing to take it lying down from Joey. So, you know, Doug's got terrible impulse control problem as an addict, but it was one thing to know Vanessa was betting random guys, but this is somebody who Doug sees often, who has pulled something on them. I just suspect that he may get aggressive with Joey. Doug may try and throw down an ultimatum and stop the sexual part of the relationship between Vanessa and Joey. I don't think the gangster's going to like that. And Doug may have a death wish if he pushes too hard on Joey.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.